I'm up here near Eveleth, Minnesota, helping some friends out. They bought a cabin on a lake and want to remodel and update the structure. I'll first begin by moving the entrance to the side of the cabin, because where the original entrance is, we're going to be putting cabinets. And like all good remodels, we start with the demolition. As we all know, it is also my favorite part. Just kidding, folks. It's dirty, dusty, miserable, and just plain sucks. We'll begin by getting rid of the trim and then the paneling so I can get to the actual structure of the building. You never know what's hiding behind the walls. In this case, Frank, the homeowner, has some wires to move. I'll disconnect them and let him reroute them. Also notice the wood strapping. It's the way they did things back in the 50s or 60s when this place was originally put up. Next, we'll remove the insulation to see where I have to frame. And by the way, that's Frank's wife, Diane, behind me giving me encouragement. Just kidding, Diane. And we'll disconnect the wires, move the outlets, and then Frank can reconnect them later. The wire coming down from the ceiling is actually the feed wire. The other wire going across the wall is just feeding another outlet. So I'll cap the wires coming down from the ceiling, and the wire going to the other outlet's fine as is. I'll cut a pair of 81-inch cripples, attaching the first to the existing stud, the other to another loose stud. I'll measure the opening at the bottom, place the cripple and stud on the line, and then plumb the top with a level, and then double check my measurement to make sure the door has adequate space. I then measured up 5 5/8 from the tops of the cripples to put a 2x6 header in. I used a reciprocating saw to cut the studs, and then I just pried them loose. Then with the reciprocating saw, I just run it along the inside edge of the cripples and the header, cutting out also the sill plate. You may want to use a sharp blade though. The blade that's in this saw is extremely dull. Once the door is cut out, I go around the opening and nail it off. This door is only temporary, so we're not going to caulk the sill or the sides and top. We're only going to use it as the entrance until the addition goes on, and then it'll become part of the foyer. So I'm only going to temporarily screw it in a couple spots on the exterior, but we want it to open and close right, so I will be shimming it into proper place. And that was just about a 3-hour little project. Doesn't take too long. Unfortunately, our next project might take a little longer. What the hell did I get myself into now? This started out with just a floor joist or two that we had to remove and replace. But the further we got into it, the more dry rot we found. And at this point, it was better to take care of it now than wait and do it later. So much fun. The original shiplap floor was a 3/4 inch pine, but the floor over it was a fiberboard that held moisture. And as we all know, moisture plus wood equals rot. The way we were doing this is taking the skill saw and trying to rip in between to where we could get leverage and pry up off of the old floor joist. At first we thought we could salvage all the floor joists that weren't cracked or broken, but the further and further we got into it, we realized it's time to replace all of them that we have exposed. There are so many nails that you couldn't get a good bite anywhere. As you see, I'm fighting with the bar. Every time I try to get underneath of it, I hit a nail. You can't trust standing on the floor because you fall through. And there's not really enough room underneath to swing a hammer up. So unfortunately, it was a little slow going, but we got the job done eventually. While I was tearing out the floor, the guys came to prep for the slab that's going to contain the 2-stall garage, master bedroom, and foyer area.
Water and wood, never a good combination.
This place must have been sitting on the ground at one time, and then maybe 20 years ago somebody jacked it up, put a small foundation under it, trying to salvage the remainder of the building. As always, thanks for watching, and if you like these videos, go ahead and subscribe. Maybe even hit the like button. Until the next one, bye guys.